From future leaders to a young woman who's making a major impact in the sporting world. We travel to Klerksdorp in the Northwest Province to meet with Grace Legote, who's one of the medal hopefuls at the Commonwealth Games. Now let's find out more about this young woman.
Grace grew up in Mafeking before moving to Klerksdorp, where her love of gymnastics started when she was discovered by her now coach, Tatiana Lavrenchuk-Visa, who discovered her at the age of 11. And that's how her rhythmic gymnastic career started.
Gracie, ke ngwanake, ke firstborn ya ka, ke ngwana ntlhamosetsana mo lapeng. Maina ga ga o tlhafeletseng ke ene Grace Matsetsa. O teletswe nkgono wa papa gage. Grace o tsaletswe ko plekeng e bidiwang Ganalagt ko ga Maloka. Ke kwa tsaletswe o tsetswe ka 1992. Grace a started gymnastics. Ne re dula ko Sanisofo ko pleke e bidiwang Dielbane. Ke ko ne re dula ko Tempele. So bo Gracie ne ba tsena sekolo ko Klerksdorp. So ra ba batlela sekolo ba go tsena sekolo ko Klerksdorp ana le nna ka ge Katlego. Ha ntse re le ko gae kwa re kra call re bolela gore Gracie o selectilwe no gona le coach o mona statile le bo Gracie ke Susan. O tswa ko sekolong o tswa go selecta bo Gracie ke bona nona shebile le body nyana ga Gracie gore ke ena tla kgonang go dira di gymnastics sentle. So o startile at the age of 9 go fitlhela gompieno ba le 22 years. So nna ke be ke re so langa ntse a choositswe yana o siame a dire re tla bona kwa tla fellang teng mara ke bona ka re today ke yo bilo se tsa tsweletse tla nna dilo tse di
Grace met her coach Tatiana Lavrenchuk-Visa at age 11. Even though 11 is very old to start gymnastics, the coach saw a lot of potential in her. She had the right physique and she was very supple, which made it easy for her at that age.
I started gymnastics when I was 11 years old. It all began when I came to watch gymnastics, but at the artistic side. And I was discovered by Tatiana, my coach now, and some lady, Dani Susie. Yeah, and then they noticed that I have an opportunity to actually be a gymnast. So they told me to come and try it out, so I came.
Grace, I train already 11 years. She started a little bit late. At 11 years old, we find her in a hostel where our other children live. We drop them one day and we see that tiny little girl, very slim and very beautiful. We just call her and say, do you want to do gymnastics? Let's try. And since now she's 22 and she still carry on. That is quite a dedication, and especially in South Africa, you will not see often females who are so long is active.
At first, I didn't actually know what was rhythmic gymnastics, so to me as a young child, I was like, okay, rhythmic gymnastics is just about stretching and just doing all those, picking up your leg and all that. It didn't really mean a lot to me before. And as I started traveling overseas and seeing that this is a serious thing, I started concentrating more and at least working a little bit harder. So that's when it all started. And I started traveling overseas when I was 13 years old.
So she's naturally gifted. She's supple, she's flexible, she have a beautiful body, she not have an issue with the overweight. She is naturally born for this sport.
Grace is one of the rhythmic gymnasts selected to represent South Africa at this year's Commonwealth Games.
Being selected for the Commonwealth Games, Wow, it's very exciting. I wasn't really expecting that because the previous time they only selected like few gymnasts. So I was like, I hope that I will be selected. But when I found out that I was selected, well, nobody actually knows, but my friend knows. I was like jumping all around the house, dancing, you know. And when I go to other people, I just try to correct myself, like, no, nothing. It's nothing. But it's really something. I am really overwhelmed with this selection of this year, and I'm gonna make my country proud.
It's a little bit difficult to plan what we can achieve. We try our best because we only knew we go to Commonwealth Games for sure from 11th of June, which is the make little bit short notice to make a big plans, but we do our best even in that cold weather. We try to train fully, of course protect her from the injuries, which we don't want. We try quite intense. The last week we trained twice a day because it was much warmer. Now I'm a little bit worried to practice twice because it's a cold.
Ke motho o kgona go itshokela botshelo and a dula o itshokela fela yalo a dula itshokela sengwe le sengwe di-challenges tsa botshelo ke dilo tse ke di ba rutang gantsi ke bua le bone ga ke open mo go bone banake ke ba rotloetsa dilo tse dintle mariano for future ga Grace o ka re ka nna future e leng gore e na le lesedi ya bonala o kgona go bona sengwe le sengwe o kgona go tlhaloganya se se phoso le se se siame le se sa siamang.
The 22-year-old is aiming to compete at the Rio Olympic Games in 2016. After the next 4 active gymnastic years, she would like to become involved in coaching young and upcoming gymnasts in the Northwest Province.